should be more than enough time. Okay, and yes, there will be Q&A session after each presentation. Okay, Puan Aileen sends her regards, and she's unable to come right now. She has problem at home, but she will try and make it at least to see you maybe around 10 or 11 or so.
Dr. Wasita will be coming at 10.
Yeah, Dr. Wasita is coming at 10. So without further ado, we present Group 1. Give a hand of applause.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to representative from KBS, UNIRAZAK and also Infoma, and fellow leaders and friends. Okay, today we are from Group 1. I'm going to present our Social Innovation Western Australia trip. Before that, I will introduce you to my group members. Okay, on my right is Azmi, Rizwan, Nur Zulaika, and Nur Muhibah, and I am Nur Ain. Okay, basically this is the outline of our presentation. We have the introduction, observation, cognizance, concept, challenges, recommendation, conclusion, acknowledgement, and reference. Alright, on the 13th March 2013, the Perdana Leader Fellowships did some field trips at Australia, and we went to Social Innovation in Western Australia, or SIWA. Okay, basically the objective of SIWA is to support entrepreneurs, community, and business to deliver social good through innovative means. Alright, there are lots of programs that they did, and among it are the Future of Communities. This is a 2-day conference, and Social Startup 48, which the tagline is "How fast can you make a difference?" And other than that is PERTH Global Services Jam, which is a collection of services idea. Which we'll talk about it later. Right. Okay. From the observation, when we first came into SIWA, our first impression, which is what we see is that the layout of the place is very creative. The design of it very creative. And then conducive environment for SIWA communities. The environment is quite relaxed and leisure. It makes you feel very comfortable to work and do your assignments there. And then this place also for disabled people, which is disabled people are actively involved in this community. And then their facilities also, they use technology such as Skype for business purposes. And then their rules are quite simple, not too tight, and relaxed, leisure. Alright. Okay, for the next slide, I give to my colleagues to continue.
Thank you, Ain. Okay, my name is Azmi. I will continue by what is take-home lesson. So what we see and observe there, we adapt, and we hope that we can bring that to in our countries. So the first thing is new perspective of thinking. This is very good because they are encourage them, or membership is create a new but simple. Means that you can see that the facilities and equipment are very simple. They got from wood, papers. We can see that the matter is very simple, and as I a youth, I think that I can create that very simple, but it's new. For example, in Malaysia, I saw that from TV3 program that he is artist. He draw and he paint a painting. He used a box, not a paper. But it means that it's a simple but new. That's why I want to say that. The second is social contribution to society. The Siswa really want to the membership is actually Siswa is one organization to help society at the same time. They can generate their income from what they are done. For example, if my friend said that from the conference, from their program, actually they want to help the communities. They get
Pass the mic to my friends for comparison.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Azri Abdulin. So I would like to compare. Basically, our visits to Australia is not just observing what they have done, but we try to.
Can be the same like Australia. Okay, the last thing is organizational leadership. Okay, in the high positions, you can say anything, you can do anything, but you must know how to lead your organizational, and you can like what we can see that in the missions. Sometimes the organization and the top management is very good leaders, but the lower management is quite problem, so it affects the overall management. And the other situation is the top management is problem, but the lower management is good, but finally is also effect to the whole management. So back to that, self-leadership is the most important to create the good organizational leadership. So the next presentation, I would like to pass to Mr. Ilham to continue. Thank you.
Okay, so I'll continue on the seventh self-leadership components, which is according to the Acropolis leadership, and it was translated from the Asian Greeks. Okay, so the story is about when the Greeks realized that it is not necessary to dominate region through power, but they realized that they have another way to dominate them, which is through the powerful mind. And this is seven self-leadership which make them succeed. Okay, first one is know thyself. Okay, the values is very important, that because we have to understand the belief and values and life experience that drive the behavior. Okay, second is the strength. Know the strength, talents and passion that are the key for the potential and purpose. And then the emotions, they must be aware of emotion states and what creates them, because every decision should not be made by the emotion, but during the decision making we must have a strong rational mind. Then the second is grow themselves. First one is reflection. We must take time to reflect, do the self-reflection for ourselves, so that we can improve, which means that every time we are doing things, we have to review it. Okay, then growth. We must have a strong desire to understand how we can grow personally, we have to identify what is the room for ourselves to improve. And then learning. have appetite for learning and know how to learn and remember information best, which was quoted by the Socrates, which is all I know is that I know nothing. Which as a leader, we must have a strong desire to learn something new. We should not stop at the point where we believe that we know everything. Okay, then the third one is energize yourself. Energy, we must create and sustain physical energy through diet, exercise, and resist. Because as a leader, we must maintain and sustain ourselves so that we can perform at 100% every time. Okay, and then equanimity, which means that we have to sustain mental energy through positive thought, self-reflection, and calmness. The purpose, we must have a strong purpose to generate passion and enthusiasm by connecting with the higher purpose. As a leader without this, without the heart, without a strong purpose of life, they will not achieve a lot. Because as a leader, we have to dare to dream so that we can achieve a bigger achievement. And then control themselves. Controls. There's a picture of Sparta. Also means to control. The control, the moderation. The moderation is we must avoid excessive behavior and resist temptation. We must as a leader, we must be at the rational mind all the time, because as a leader, we cannot make decisions based on probably according to our emotions and wrong judgment. Okay, then willpower. We must show self-discipline to do the things that need to do, even we don't want to. This is a leader. We must we must gain everything. I mean, we must control everything, which even though we don't like it. And then the last one is judgment. As a leader, must have a mental process for making good choice based on the logic, not emotion. Okay, that's all.
Okay, I continue with the connect yourself. It's a three important element, whereby connection is how you're going to identify or maintain the social and emotional connection significant to others. Mentor is how you're going to identify and learn from them, learn from your mentor, and associate is how you're going to networking with them. So we can say that as a leader, how you're going to learn the strategy to maintain the connection with people who help you socially and emotionally to your success, and you have to learn how you're going to find the value that help you, that can useful to you from them, and you have to know how you're going to assist with them, like how you can connect with people who can assist you professionally. So the 6 is proposize the self. First of all is goal setting, whereby you have to know how you're going to set your target or goal, and you have to know the way how you're going to create a plan to achieve your target. And then action is the way how you're going to persistent and consistent action toward your target. And focus is something like you have to put a special task and focus on your target. Actually, if you put a special target, priority task to your target, it will make you feel better, simple to achieve on it. So as a leader, you should discover the importance of higher expectations for your personal and professional success, and you have to learn the process that will help you to achieve your target and keep on focusing it. Number 7 is belief in yourself. This is the most important self-leadership skill, whereby self-belief is about how you're going to identify your self-beliefness, your level of potential and abilities. Positive thinking is about how you're going to generate and maintain your positive thinking, feelings, and how you're going to overcome your negative thoughts. And last is optimize. Optimize is how you're going to identify your higher expectations and your strong sense of positive future. So as a leader, you have to learn how to maintain your self-beliefness, positive thinking and feelings, and you have to discover how to snap out your negative thoughts, because negative thoughts will damage your targets, spoil your thinking positive vibration. So as a leader, you should know how to overcome your negative thoughts. Okay, I move to my friend.
Right, thank you. My name is Bhushan R. Madhavan. I will be concluding on the last session. When we went through the Enlightenment cruise, one thing that we noticed, I noticed, maybe some noticed, was that there were some black swans in the harbour. Not only in the harbour, but also in most parts of Perth. And actually, black swans are native to Australia, can be only found here. And that's a story for the black swan. It is believed in the world for thousands of years that swans are only white. And there's a saying in Latin that it's so rare. It is so rare that it could not be found until the explorers went to Australia and found there are black swans in Australia. Wow. So but the way I think is that we could actually learn, taking some lessons from the black swans, such as that. What I believe is that we should be like a black swan, meaning be different, be an outlier, don't follow the trend, and have your own branding and be like the black swans. The second lesson that we could learn from the black swans are that they are very loyal. They have a divorce rate of only 6%. Really, once they found their mate, they will stick together. So the second lesson is be loyal. But yes, be loyal to your spouse, but more importantly, be loyal to your dreams. Be loyal to what you believe in. When people say that, no, don't do this and don't do that, when you stick to what you believe in and you stick to your dreams, then that will bring you to success. And the last one is when black swans fly, when they flutter their wings are white in color. So that's another thing that you learn. That means build yourself, even though people think that you're different, you're black, but when you fly high and be elegant as a black swan. And sorry? Oh, Peter, yeah, Uncle Peter. Yeah, it's actually from Valentino Travel Holidays, Uncle Peter. The black swan. Yeah. And Kathy, I changed the video, but rather than the video, I'll just go to the next slide. We'll do another thing. Right. Okay. Basically, I'm very tired. All of us are very tired. We have less than 5 hours of sleeps every day for the past 7 days. It's tiring. But what's important is that what keeps us moving is that we should find our caffeine. Exactly. So it's like when you get, it's actually caffeine means passion. Passion and belief in what you do. Exactly. So we adapt the characteristics of the black swan and you find your caffeine. It really admires me when people like Ponalinton, she's like over 60 plus, and she don't look 60, but she is full of energy. Whenever she comes to the room, there's energy inside there. And that energy is contagious. Okay, so be like that. Have full of energy. Even though you feel tired, find something that you're passionate about and move yourself. And so, we all know what to do now. Get up, everybody, come, get up. Okay, let's do that. Okay, 1. Okay, you can do it. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I got caffeine. You got caffeine. We all got caffeine. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Group C. Is there any questions from the panel? Any questions from the floor? All right.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Thank you for your presentation. My question, regarding the manager and leader. Practically, leaders are also managers, where they have to make sure that things is done. Leaders get things done by inspiring and motivating the subordinates or the rakyat. So my question is, as a youth leaders, how do you maintain your good relationship with your subordinates or your rakyat in future? Thank you.
Thank you for your question, Ms. Muhiba. Okay, how I want to maintain my subordinates, how I want to create or to have a good followers. If I am the future leaders, we are the future leaders. So we as a leader, we must give opportunity, we must give a platform for our followers to give their opinions, to give their talk, to speech. And we as a leader, we must heard. And now we can take example like our Prime Minister, what he do is the best thing. He heard our youth, and also he gave the space to us, to the youth, to give their opinions, to give their platform, to give their platforms. And I believe that if we as a leader, we must be humble actually. And I always remember about what my mentor said, the more higher you go, the more humble you be. So if you put yourself the same as your follower, we can create a good and build our nations to our visions 2020. Thank you.
Just add on, just for Muhiba's question, leaders and managers are people with two different characteristics. This is what I learned back in universities. I know that first you have to identify yourself, what type of characteristics that you have. Are you a manager or a leader? It's very different. Managers, they like to take orders and they follow that. And leaders, they think big and they move things. So first you have to identify the type of people. First know yourself, self-leadership. Identify what is your characteristics, and then only you can lead other people when you know that. Right? And also use the characteristics. That means if you know that this is a leader, match that person with a manager. If you know that this person is a manager, you can match it with a leader, and this synergizes the organization. Thank you. Sorry, that's me this question.
Thank you.
Yeah.
One more question.
With your trip and your slide, do you think that Acropolis leadership model is more efficient than others leadership program in Malaysia? That's all.
Yes, because the way he is passed the message is totally different. The way, actually we all will agree for my statement that we enjoy the section, we learn a lot. Everything that he taught to us is something new. The way he talks, the way he how to approach to us. Actually, I want to state that is something related to my mentorship time, where my supervisor say that as a leader you should maintain the tone of communication. It's same I get from the cruise in my our section, where Mr. David has followed the tone of communication. He follow our way, so it's make easier to us to learn, grasp the things. We learn. If I ask someone, we still can tell one by one what we learned there. It's what I'm saying that Agropolis leadership skill is more effective than other leadership academics.
Thanks, Azmi. Your question, thank you. Your question is like asking, we have 5 fingers, which is more important? I mean, all the 5 fingers are important. It's just a leadership model that we can adapt and learn. I mean, there are a lot of models, and each model teach different thing. So we cannot compare that, which is better. So, and also, for my mentor in USM once told me that don't be selective in gaining knowledge. Don't be selective. I mean, you might think that what can I learn from this, but somehow or other it will help you out later in the future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Group 3, for the presentation.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to assessors and fellows. First and foremost, I want to how about we give a big applause to our organization to PERTH, and give an opportunity to PERTH because give us an opportunity, and I think most of us really enjoy the trip. And okay, this is our presentation, my group. I as a group leader, group 4. I want to introduce my colleague. It's from my left, Dora, and Dashini, Sharul, and last one is Kairami. Okay, this is our content for our presentation. They have 7. It's a introduction, similarities, difference, journey, values, conclusion, and acknowledgement. And it's an introduction. I think most of us some kind of boring. Yeah, I think because the introduction is kind of hard to understand. It's a parliament. Actually, it's similar with our system, parliamentary system. And it's in Western Australia. It's based on Australia. And next we move to Western Australia. Australia, the parliament is the state originated British colonies built the federation in 1901. And there's, I don't know, there's two different between territories and a state. And the territories, by contrast, are from the constitutional perspective, subject to Commonwealth government, and it has power to legislate in the territories that it does not possess in the state. And the next, furthermore, the distribution power between Commonwealth and is different from between the Commonwealth and the state. There's two different things. There's a state and territories. I will show the Australian map. Next is the Australia map. There's a territory, Northern Territory, it's New South Wales, West Australia, South Australia. Yeah, this is a territory, and the state is Queensland, Victoria, Tasmania. There's a state. It's kind of confusing if you not really understand about what is the map of the Australia. And each state and territory has a governor appointed by the Queen, which by convention she does on a vice on the state premier. And it's a parliament of the Western Australia. It's a legislature of the Australian state, Western Australia, forming legislative branch, the government of Western Australia. The parliament consists of upper house, the legislative, and the lower is the legislative assembly, and the Queen represented as the state governor, which means the Queen is not by there, is represented by the governor. And Perth House is a seat at Parliament House located in Perth, state capital. The party of the coalition is with the most seat legislative assemblies invited by governor to the form of the government as the head of government for the office as the premier. And it's the Parliament of Malaysia, I think most of us know, it's a national legislature of Malaysia. It's a bicameral parliament of the House representative and state. And the king as a head of the state is the third term of the parliament, and the history, the federation of Malaysia, and it's some kind of same with Western Australia. It's by the British, and it's our parliament. It's a Perth parliament. Sorry. And next, I will pass the baton to my colleague Nora. Thank you.
Thank you, Afiq. Assalamualaikum and good morning. I'm Nora. I will be talking about the similarity between nations and Australia Parliament. Basically, both parliament systems are same, which both are a federal parliamentary democracy with a constitutional monarchy, and both are bicameral parliament. And then the legislative power is divided between federal and the state legislatures, and the member of the parliament are selected from election for state and local government level, and both are using upper house and lower house model. Okay, why both Australia and Malaysia parliament are same is because both are the legacy of British colonial rules. The bicameral parliament of Malaysia and Australia is modeled on the Westminster system. Okay, in Australia they have 3 levels of government, just like Malaysia, where the federal government responsibility relating to the whole of Australia, and the state and territory government is responsible related to the state. One of the examples is the Western Australia, and the local, the responsibility is relating to the cities, local council and shires. And how this bicameral system are similar, that where Australia have a parliament with upper chamber and lower chamber, where in Malaysia we also have the same Senate that we call Dewan Negara, and House of Representatives where we call Dewan Rakyat. Okay, that's all from me. Next I will pass to my colleague Darshini to talk about the difference.
Alright, good morning everyone. Okay, I'm going to continue about the difference between Western Australia and Malaysia's parliamentary system. Before I begin, as we all know that we can't learn much about their parliament system within 3 hours. So as we have done much research, and this is our level best to produce the informations to you. Okay, what we learned from Western Australia and Malaysia parliamentary system, the difference is, in Western Australia they have 3 elections just to vote for their state house, local house and federal house. They have, as my colleague has explained to you before, they have upper house and lower house. And in Malaysia, we have only 1 election where we have to select our local parliament members. So that's the vast difference that we can see in this system. The second is, in Western Australia, the youth parliamentary is already begun their function, and they have their youth parliament members who have become the member of government servants. But in Malaysia, our youth parliament is still in progress, in formation, and we will be applying it soon. The second is, a youth parliament member is to become the government servant after a certain period. So, which means in the youth parliament, they will be undergoing a course, like a training for them to become a caliber member. Whereas in Malaysia, we still don't have a clear objective of our youth parliament since it's still under formation. The next is the member of house are paid less rather than the government leaders. Sorry, yeah, paid less than the government leaders. So, sorry, the member of house are paid less than the government servants, whereby we can see if we compare to our Malaysia system, we have the gradings where the MB, the Menteri Besar, the Menteri will be paid higher than the government servants. But in Australia, the Menteri Besar, which is their member, the higher leader, they will be paid less because they believe that they have to serve to the community, whereas the servants, the government servants, are working for them towards their objective. Alright, the next. Alright, okay, this is the difference that is their building and our Malaysian Parliament building. Okay, we have spoken to one of the youth parliament member, and now he is serving as a government servant, Mr. Rohan Davis, and he is the one has given us much information where we can compare it to our Malaysian parliament system. Alright, so I'll pass the baton to Amir. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. Since we are unable to take much photo, unable to take any photo at the parliament, I would like to share a bit about our experiential learning journey towards previous 5 days. We take about 5 hours to reach from Perth airport from KLIA. The first thing is you never know how high you can fly unless you spread your wing. That's the beginning of us at that time. Then, of all the journey, we need to smile. We need to begin with smile because the starting point will affect the whole program, whole activity. Apart from that, every smile is also make a day younger for every and each of us. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. We need to start the step, we need to try, we need to have the passion, we need to dare to try new things. For some of us, majority of us, the international journey is the first time. So the first step is already taken. Try to go for the second step. No road is long when the dreams are big and the sky is the limit. Every time you smile at someone, it is an action of love. A gift to that person, a beautiful thing, by Mother Teresa. So keep smiling. This is during the sightseeing at Perth town. Keep your head high, keep your chin up, and most important thing is keep smiling because life is beautiful things. There's so much to smile about. Maybe today the old man just play the accordion at the street only. Who knows that tomorrow or next week he will play at any orchestra or any function. We need to turn our dream into reality, not just say it, but we need to do all what we say. Walk the talk. The picture taken by Darshini. Thank you, Darshini. Hope is like the sun. As we journey towards it, cast the shadow of our burden behind us. As we walk towards the sun, we left the burden as our shadow. It does not matter how slowly you go, so long as you do not stop. When green light, you need to go. One of the most important things is you never cross the ocean until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. You need to brave enough to take all the challenge to go forward. By Christopher Columbus. There is not Christopher Columbus, is Bushen. Bushen Al-Marban. This picture I take when the sightseeing. the first time I see the signboard, wrong way, go back. I think what's the purpose of this signboard? But the way that we can take is, life is trying things to see if they work. We need to try. Don't give up and try and try.
On the way to go to slow pitch.
Yes.
It's an art.
Yeah.
The signage is an art.
An art. Okay, actually the picture is from the progress from the first day, second day, third day until the end. Every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. We need to try. We need to take the path. Sometimes we need to take the road not taken, not as the usual road. I can do things you cannot. You, my friend, can do things we cannot. So we can do great things together. We need to unite to make things better. We have the opportunities to go to PERTH Mosque, one of the biggest, actually the biggest mosque in Perth, Australia. So it actually brings us closer to the Almighty. We need to be grateful and appreciate to what we have now. We also have the opportunities to go to the Consul General of Malaysia at Perth. We all here proud to be Malaysian. Swan is the symbol of Western Australia. Two is better than one, being alone. So we need friends in our life. A journey is best measured in friends rather than miles. How far we go, we need to think of our friends. We cannot leave them behind. We have lots of way, mechanism, means, and method to help the others. We have variety of method. We have the same target, same objective, but we can do it in a different way. All what we do, we need to have the integrated plan. For example, for the transportation system, we need to have a synchronized between train system, railway station, the shipping, and the road. We need to respect the symbol of every country, especially our country, Malaysia. You can't direct the wind, but you can adjust the sail. Okay, this picture is taken during majority of us going to eat fish and chip. Preserve heritage. This is Fremantle Market after we went to the yard. This Fremantle Market in Malaysia, we can compare it to, for us, to the Central Market. And some can be compared to Pekan Rabu, Pasar Payang, or Pasar Siti Khadijah. Okay, so because it gives the opportunities for the local, the SMEs, to start the business and give the interesting thing about the community. I'm crying now, but I'm laugh again. Okay, so better we cry now if we have some problem, and we will smile it again after this. Life is not a problem to be solved, but a reality to be experienced. It is more blessed to give than receive. It's lama, during the visit to farm, Haversham farm. We see things not as they are, but as we are. A visionary sees light in the dark. As a leaders, we should be able to see things even though in problems. We need to focus. We need to have optimist mind. And we should be confident in whatever we do. Even though we're slow, but if we steady doing that, it's the comma. Okay? We will win the race. Friendship is a single soul of living in two bodies, not by our own. A single rose can be my garden, a single friend, my world. The mind is like a parachute of mind. It doesn't work until you open. So come in here, open. Everyone wants happiness. No one wants pain. But can't make a rainbow without little rain. Sometimes we have down, sometimes we have a problem. But at the end, we, as a friend, we need to work together to achieve our aspiration. Keep smiling in whatever we do. We given life because we were strong enough to live it. The world can only change from within, from us, our attitude. Start from our attitude. Unique. Each and every of us have the unique characteristic, have the unique way of leadership. All progress occurs because people dare to be different. A goodbye is never painful unless you are never going to say hello again. It is good to have an end journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end. The beautiful journey of today can only begin when we learn to let go of yesterday. So, last two proverbs is, firstly is, be not afraid to growing slowly, be afraid only of standing still. We need to move forward. And the most important thing, don't judge other paths if you haven't walked their journey. Don't ever simply guess or judge anybody if you are not in their shoes. And from all the journey that we face, experience, our group feel that Malaysia and Australia have the sameness in they have nature, development and political stability that have been the attraction and the factor for both countries to attract the tourists and bring the cash flow into the country, then boost up the economy. So, actually it gives us the real scenario about what we learned previously in UNIRAZAK about the bilateral diplomacy, the class we learned before. So, we think it's good to continue this diplomatic. So, I pass to my colleagues.
Thank you. Okay, be mindful of time, yeah? Okay, thank you. Very inspired word from Khairul Ahmed. Every photo he can describe with word, 1,000 words, describe our feel in Perth. So I will continue about value or our observation in Perth and attitude. This attitude, we cannot say all Perth people is good attitude, but we can learn something. Something we are better from them, but we are better than them, and something they are better. And for example, sorry word. Every we have made mistake. Even there is our mistake, their people say sorry, and to us, and they respect ourselves. And we can see Perth people, Australian people, very follow rule in the road. When they want to cross traffic light, they will follow rule. This are what we can learn from them. And for their government plan development, we can see from the development they can provide the road with less traffic jam. We cannot see for 5 days we there. We cannot see the traffic jam. All is
good, smooth, and arranged resident place, very good arrangement for residents, and environment preservation. We cannot see the waste on road. A very clean environment in Perth. That's we can learn from them, and maybe something they can learn from us. So, and the last is law enforcement. We can see in Perth, in Australia, very strict for enforcement of law. For example, the car we cannot park anywhere, and very strict. So I from my observation from law enforcement, we can make people disciplined. From police enforce the law, people can be disciplined. And then the conclusion, the visit gives overview about the development and culture in Western Australia, and give idea for us on how some development or program in Western Australia can be implemented in Malaysia, like our friend present just now in CCI and Siwa, and we learn the importance of follow rule for community benefit. We can see when everyone follow rule, this we can smooth environment. When in road, every driver follow rule, there's no traffic jam. All community can get benefit. So we have to implement in Malaysia for ourselves. Okay. Then facing some difficulties make us more thankful living in Malaysia. I think all of us have experience when you have no water in toilet. It's main difficulties. It's not culture. Our culture we need water in toilet. So for me, it made me very thankful living in Malaysia. It's suitable with our culture. And acknowledgement to UNIRAZAK, Ministry of Youth and Sport, Copetro Travel and Tour, and others directly involved. And I quote Malay proverb, hujan emas di negeri orang, hujan batu di negeri sendiri, lebih baik di negeri sendiri.
Okay, thank you, Group 4. Okay, quick comment. You should not be comparing the Parliament of Western Australia to the Malaysian Federal Parliament. Different levels, you cannot be comparing. You should have been comparing Western Australian Parliament to the Johor Dome, because that's where you went, the state, because that is a similar level. But that's okay, it's done now. So we open the floor for questions from the panel. Anyone? Oh, okay, on the floor. Right.
Okay, my name is Anwar. I have one question on your opinion. As we know, I want one question about your parliament. As we know, we have new amendment of University and College University Act of AUKU that allow students that usually use to become candidate or MPs. Do you think that your parliament that we want to implement in our country still relevant, and why? What your opinion?
Okay, thank you, Anwar, for the interesting question. Okay. First thing first is the action taken by the government to make the youth parliament is a proactive way, proactive action. So about about your question just now, I think the youth parliament is still relevant to the development of Malaysia, because it will give the platform for the youth and the others to enhance their skill, enhance their knowledge, and enhance their what they have in a given platform. A green light platform, not just in the social media or by the extreme way. For me, for us, I think it's still relevant, and for the opportunities from the amendment of AUKU, where the student able to participate in the general election, I think it's good, but the student itself should be matured enough to overtake all the things. Okay, thank you.
Okay, I have a question. I would like to Mr. Afiq to answer me. Okay, I found that Australia Parliament use petition concept for the public to speak up. Do you think our country can use the same concept, and how far the effectiveness of that based on the demonstration happened lately?
Thank you for the question. It's a brilliant question. Actually, in a democratic country, demonstration is part of the system, which we get together and say something. But actually, it could be done if we follow the rules and we have ethics, how to conduct, how to conduct ourselves and express what we want in a proper manner. For me, in my opinion, as a part of the system of democracy, the demonstration is part of the democracy. It should be done and by a rightful way, and both parties should have a act or laws that make sure if they want to enter in a demonstration, should follow the rules and not break the rules and express what they want in a proper manner. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Group 4 for your very lovely presentation. Give a hand of applause.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to representative from IPUMA, KBS and UNIRAZAK. Okay, today my group and I would like to present about industry in Australia, and we do some comparison between Malaysia and Australia. Okay, before we go through all this, okay, I'd like to introduce myself, my teammate. Okay, from left. Okay, we have Joanna. Okay, we also have Salwa, and we also have Shaida and Naslim, myself, Muhammad Azmi. Okay, this is our outline for next 20 minutes. Okay, we have introductions, strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats, in other words, SWOT, conclusion, and lastly, take-home lesson. Okay, Terry Lee. This is Terry Lee. Who is this? Who is he? Okay, Terry Lee worked as a financial planner in Australia. Okay, he also a president of Associate Nation in Western Australia, AMWA. Okay, he stayed in Australia almost 20 years and over 20 years. Okay, I Otherwise, there is our speaker in about creative industry. Okay, introduction. Okay, as we know, Western Australia is rich with an abundance of natural resources. And they also well renowned for its skill and expertise in the extraction and processing of mineral. Okay. Western Australian economy is characterized by its high degree of export orientation and capital intensity, and it is the largest exporter of all states and territories with 45.6% share of national merchandise exports. And lastly, in Australia, agriculture is the first industry to be established in the state. Okay, next strangers, I would like to pass to Joanna.
Thank you, Nazmi. Okay, the strengths of Australia is, first is well-developed country. As you all know, that Australia, if you know, that is in financial development. Australia was ranked 5th out of 57 of the world's leading financial system and capital markets by the World Economic Forum. And for your information, Australia economic is largest than Indonesia. And Australia also is well developed, innovative, and highly regarded in financial services industry and capital market. Australia is the 8th largest in the world based on free float market capitalization, and the 2nd largest in Asia Pacific. And many achievements of Australia actually, and as we all know, the strength of Malaysia is, as we all know, Malaysia is developing country, and we have economic planning unit, which is we have 10 Malaysian plan economic transformation program. And in terms of economic planning unit, as we all know, our Prime Minister also promoting Malaysia to foreign investor to invest in Malaysia and in investment, trade and tourism destination in Malaysia. So, and in tourism, Malaysia truly Asia. The effectiveness of tourism, Malaysia truly Asia, as we all know, foreign tourist arrivals to Malaysia increased by 1.2% to 9.45 million for the period January to May 2012. It increased time by time. So this are our strengths. The weakness of our country is creating new idea without sustainability. I give an example such as food. Mostly Arabian always says that Malaysia is a place of paradise, food of paradise. But if you identify that Malaysia promoting food but did not sustain. If we sustain, we can more grow our economy in tourist, food, and etc. The weakness is that the other weakness is new trends and competition from online. There are so many competitors in doing business and lack of enforcement. The next slide I will pass to my friends.
So as we know, the opportunities that we have the MAFTA, Malaysian Australian Free Trade Agreements, that is a economic cooperation with this comprehensive agreement which comprises 21 chapters encompassing trade in goods, services and investment as well as economic cooperation, and come into force on 1st January 2013. And the second one, training major, especially in prestige university, R&D. So we have the collaboration with other universities so that we have engage with the R&D and so improve our R&D together. And also we have care unit like aged care, home care, and home nursing. Otherwise, actually we have in Malaysia like Pondok, that's our elders go to study about the Islamic religions or so on. So we can apply it when we went to the Coastflow Beach. That's kind of area. It's very beautiful, and it's like the home care for them. And but in Malaysia, the pondok is always at the village and the rural area. So we have to develop into that, and then to be the something be promote for our other foreigners to be here as a Malaysian second home. For the higher technology, we have can grab the opportunities cross transfer of technology and culture, innovation, creativity, and invention. As we know, the country we have the innovation can be the boost new ideas and innovation, and can be the very high economy. And then as we know that sharing can be like sharing a big cake. So everything we have opportunity to be good in cooperation. So the trade is program not fully utilized for some. Our program is not just one big period only. And then misunderstanding of different rules. Sometimes we have a misunderstanding between the organization and the participant. That's happen always in our program. And government change of direction. Sometimes it, like currently happen in PSMI now, the English and Science teaching Math and Science in English before. Then now we change it back in Malaysia. Funding cut back, message not connected properly. Sometimes the message is not clearly. Industry changing too rapidly because of the 10 years free tax for the industry. So then sometimes the factory shut down. So and then it's not give a feedback to Malaysia, and workforce not keeping up because we have a lot of the foreign workers and loss of expertise. We can see that most of them say that payment is less of payment than they get from the outside. I mean, when we work Australia. So because from the statistic, the weekly payment for the men mostly is 1,600, but for nation 1,600 is for the monthly, but for them for week. So it's quite different. So that's why we lost of expertise. And what we can see here, you can have the expertise if we not if we pay this. Okay, prejudice. We have a prejudice because we have a stigma, and we not really don't want to change. And we have sometimes conservative is good, but we need to change and be contemporary to have the better life and to have a better style. And I pass to my friends.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So I proceed with conclusion. So the first conclusion I would like to make is realistic and long-term decision. I believe that we have a lot of plan, and usually our plan is not sustainable. The next one is implementing the right plans. We have to act, and it must be reinforced. Enforcement of the laws, because we have many laws, but the enforcement of the laws is very poor. For example, Australian have anti-dumping acts, which is Malaysian don't have practice anti-dumping acts. We have a lot of rubbish at the roadside and even the rivers. And actually we have the plans, and the plans is actually must come out from the research, and development must be made from the research. The next one is involve whole community to share the information, the message, the protocol must be well communicated to the whole community using the right mediums and the right way. It's alright to copy, but we have the innovation. We must have to make innovation towards the particular brands that we have seen in the Australia. And we must learn to sustain, because we actually have many fabulous plans, we have many fabulous strategy, but the most important thing is we have to sustain what we have to do. The next one is the take-home lesson. Okay, we have a lot of potential to grow. For example, is plastic surgery. I've made health tourism research when I was in degree level. So I believe Malaysia have a lot of interest in make their face getting beautiful, but Thailand is still at the first rank, and I think we have to do something in order to beat Thailand. And you have to bear in your mind that the skin of the Korean people is not original, and as we all know, our religion, which is Islam, is not really don't allow Muslim to do the plastic surgery. Maybe it is one of the threat to do the plastic surgery industry in our country. Sorry. The next one is sport and international. We have a lot of sport and entertainment accommodation and facilities. For example, we have Little di Langkawi, which attracts a lot of tourists from all over the world to see the cycling tour. And home nursing and aged care is another approach from Tourism Malaysia in order to invite a lot of tourists and investors to buy home at our country and live in our country. The next one is agri-tourism. We have seen wine tourism there. What else? The honey, the chocolate industry. I believe that the corn we have, the tea, cocoa and palm oil butter, which we can make a chocolate factory, but we still need to make some innovation about it. And still halal hub, of course. We are the Muslim country, but do you believe that Melbourne is supply the meat from their states to our country? But for information, the halal brand is still come from our country. Last but not least is recreational park. We have a lot of beautiful nature in our country, but we don't preserve it. Yet if you compare with Australia, they have a beautiful recreational park. Pedestrian, we can have picnic or leisure activities at their park. So if you talk about Australia, the most important the fastest pictures come to our mind is kangaroo. If I talk about Malaysia, what come up in your mind? Orangutan. Okay. Do you realize about the tourism Malaysia using hibiscus? No, sorry. And but our football teams using tiger. Alright. What about our Jata Negara? Harimau. So there is confusing. What about this? What do you think about this? Canada. So for example, Canada and Australia have their own brands, but not our country. So I think we need to do something about it. Maybe we need to preserve the heritage and culture, or we can use tiger or hibiscus as a branding for our country. That is the most important thing, to make sure the people all over the world know what our branding, and it will be our strength to market our industry. And of course, we need to flow idea to create more prosperity and the inspiration to build something bigger. And I would like to remind you about passion. It actually drives champion to success. I think that's all from my group. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Group 5. We have time for 2 questions. Is there any questions from the floor?
I have one comment. The reason why they didn't use the hibiscus as an emblem is because hibiscus is also the national flower of Hawaii. That's why we're using tiger, and then I kata daripada kecil dulu dia tengok rimau kurus keluar kat sendiri masa zaman dulu when we didn't have TV, we didn't have what, so we used to go to the zaman tahun 50-an dulu lah. We used to go to the padang, and then the information punya department will come with their, and then they will show the harimau kurus. So it's from those days that harimau has been our emblem. And harimau is a very brave animal. So let's stick to harimau rather than hibiscus, which other people have also used as national flower.
And conserve the harimau actually.
Yes.
Any questions?
Yeah, any question from the floor?
Okay, I was very interested about you talking about Australia, very changing, mature people. So, in my opinion, I think they might not be as mature as they are now before this. I mean, they might have their bad time before this. Yeah. So, in your own opinion, what do you think they have done to make their country are more likely perfect now? So, what should Malaysia do in order to become like that? Reinforcement or awareness?
Okay, first of all, I think the enforcement. We have a lot of laws. The simple thing is traffic laws. We can see that their discipline at Australia is very strict. I even have crossed the road, and the car is a bit near the sign, the line, but they have reversed the car for me to cross the road. So I think the most important thing is the enforcement of laws is very important, especially to our countries, which is our mentality is not that level yet.
Can I have another comment? I went to Australia in 1975. Okay? Just after I graduated, and I went to Sydney. Naik kereta, cab. The taxi driver wouldn't move until I buckle myself. And I was sitting at the back, so when we need to buckle ourselves at that time, in Malaysia, we don't have to buckle ourselves at the back. But he said, I won't start the car until you people buckle. So it was at that point of time that enforcement was really at its, it was enforced even then. But kita kat sini is, like you said, I quite agree with you, is enforcement.
Thank you for 1975.
Like what your answer is enforcement, right? Okay. How do you think our Malaysians are taking the enforcement by government? If you are the future leader, if you are the Prime Minister, what will you do? Like what we know now, if government do any enforcement, the reaction of the citizen are very bad. Example, AES is maybe hukum bunuh. They are not really want those enforcement. So if you are the Prime Minister, what will you do? You are keeping do the enforcement, or you will listen to your citizen? Okay.
First of all, I would like to talk about AES. It is one of the approach, a new approach from our government to enforce our traffic laws. So it is one of the example, the AES. So even the fine is quite high. That is a good approach in terms of traffic laws.
When we went to Australia, right, and the immigration is very strict, so no compromise. Everything is strictly. Even you bring on the bottle, but the ingredient just little rather than the more than 100, but the bottle use 135, but it cannot be in there. But in our Malaysian, most of them, okay, it's okay, tak apa. We still have compromising, right? So we have to push, like what the other country do, the Singapore, that forbidden for the chewing gum, right? So we have things like that. Must be strong, straightly. No compromise.
Okay, thank you, Group 5. Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all of you here. Now we are from Group 6, the last group. We also representing about what we learned in our international experiential learning at PERTH, Australia. Okay, now our group we presenting about the one charity organisation that we have visited in our experiential learning, which is the Verity, the Children's Charity. Okay. First, the presentation will go in like this. We will tell about the background and about the event and program that held in this organisation, leadership component that we have found, and lesson learned that we have gained. Okay. My part, I will cover about the background of this organisation. Okay. First, I will talk about the history of this organisation. Okay, it all started with one child on Christmas Eve in 1928, and abandoned baby was found in Pittsburgh, Sheridan, Charter, US by the Verity Social Group. Okay, it is a group of 11 charter and performers. After they found the baby, they failed to find her parents. Then they decided to foster the baby and name her as a Catherine Verity Sheridan. Okay, with these strong roots in entertainment, they have received a lot of donations and toys from all over the country. Then this organisation began to assist other children throughout the world through fundraising events and campaigns. Okay, now about the Verity. The name of the organisation is a Verity. Okay, the concept of this organisation is all about empowering Western Australian children who are sick, disadvantaged, or have special needs to live, love, and learn. And they also provide practical equipment, programs, and experience. Verity also help children overcome obstacles they face by helping kids be kids. Okay. Okay, now I will talk about the background of the organisation. Okay, first of all, the Verity. The Verity is a worldwide organisation with 43 offices across 13 countries in the world. Okay, in Australia, the Verity Australia began in 1974. With Paul Hogan as a chief backer. Okay, in this organisation, the head of the organisation will call as a chief backer. Okay, but in a state of Western Australia, this organisation began in 1980 and located at 102 Burswood and supported by various company, volunteers, and members. Now, I will talk about how to be a membership in this organisation. Okay, there are 3 types of membership. First is about a financial membership. By being a financial membership, we will get all Verity communication and invitation to social events. Besides that, you'll be able to have a real say in the direction of Verity Western Australia with voting rights, to participate in annual general meeting, nominate for and vote in the annual election for board of management. Okay, especially the board of management in this organisation usually take before they being a director of the organisation, they have be as a membership first. Okay. Second is about associate membership. It's designed for people who wishing to participate in the Verities program like Western Australian Bash, Fidelity Challenge, by Run, and others event. Okay, and the last type of membership is a life membership. It's awarded by the Verity Western Australia Board of Management to recognize of the extraordinary dedication and contribution of a member towards the advancement of the Verity mission over a significant period of time. Okay, that's all from me. Now the other presentation will be continued by my friends. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. I'm going to present about the events and the programs in Verity.
So there are so many events, and this is the upcoming events. There will be variety open house and variety for WD track. This is all for raise the fund. And as we can see, the financial result analysis, it increased year by year. It proved that the awareness of the public towards the charity. Okay, this is the program. The variety have 3 main program currently, which is variety freedom programs, caring for kids program, and variety future kids program. Okay, freedom program is they provide the equipment to children, like modified bikes, bathroom modification, sun coach, and standard liberty swing, and many else. So this is the statistic of the children impacted through variety freedom program, which is 48,000 children in need reached in 2012. And there 26%, we can see the increase in total children reached in every program. Variety freedom is higher. And the second is Future Kids program. Is help children to follow their dream, reach their full potential, and simply have fun. All the children is not fully disabled. Sometimes the children is only have a problem with hearing and cannot walk, and sometimes they have problem with learning. How the variety help? In the Caring for Kids program, they help with provide the communication device like iPad and computer. And the third is Caring for Kids program. It is help kids live happy, healthy life, and providing medical and care equipment. And in this program, they provide the incubator, personal care equipment to the children. Okay, I proceed with leadership component.
Next, I will present about the leadership component in variety organization. First of all, they are focusing on program management, on being working with the other company to raise funds by contacting the company and do the online marketing. Second thing is they are doing the training program. That they are training the children to be like another kids. And they also train the parents to treat their disabled children. For the training programs, actually, they are taught the parents to be positive and adapt their disabled kids. Next is they are create a productive atmosphere. They are inspiring people and help members identify and solve the problems, whereas they taught the parents where they can find the information about the disabled kids, and the parents who knows that they have the disabled people, they will go to the organization to have the information how to treat and solve the problems about their kids. Next is to delegate responsibilities. They are delegates the responsibilities of society. They make sure their actions are consistent with the wishes of the people they lead. And lastly, they have a clear idea of what others value and what they can do. Actually, they do the non-profit organization to help the disabled kids by finding the fundraising. This is how they do the branding. Actually, the branding they do is by doing the online marketing using the YouTube. This is one of the promotion video that they do. What they do in the variety. Actually, in the variety organization, they keep telling the truth story, keep the word of mouth, to telling the society about what they have doing in the variety organization. This is the example of one of the disabled kids that they give the wheelchairs for his needs.
Thank you, Mashaida. Okay, I proceed to my part. Lesson learned. Okay, I divide into two. The main point is first the fundraising and the second the transparent. Okay, first they use event to raise fund. They do not depend 100% on donation, but like us, we sometimes too depending on donation. That's why we have sometimes financial problem. And the second point is they make a corporate partnership. This means a win-win situation because the corporate or the company can promote the product with the charity, and also the variety charity can get the fund from it. And the third thing is they fully use the media. They use the Facebook, use the printed media, and also use the radio to promote. And from there, people know the existing of the variety. Okay, the second point is transparent. Refer to the annual report. They state every penny they use in the annual report, so people can know where their money go. So it can make trust for people to donate in the future. Okay, for the conclusion, we can use the model of the variety for charity in making program. We also can collaborate with media and the cooperation partnership to raise funds. And the last, we must can transparent in what we in use of money, so people can trust us. Okay, acknowledgement. First, the variety of West Australia, UNIRAZAK, and Mr. Sport, such as Cik Azhar, Cik Azlan, Cik Isham, Cik Mushid, Dr. Wasita, and then Dr. Suhara that follow us in the PERTH, and also Competro Travel and Tour, and also our fellows. That's all. Any question?
Okay, I have 10 minutes for questions. So, if there are any questions, anyone with questions? everyone is hungry. Alright, so thank you very much for your presentation, and welcome back to KL. Okay, we conclude this presentation. Okay. But before you leave, if you haven't signed the CEE evaluation forms yet, please do so before you leave. The forms are over here, and just pass it. Just leave it there when you're done.